This question has been making people argue themselves hoarse from the time of the ancient Greeks to the present day, and the answer is still not found. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? If you take the question literally, then the answer is simple. Egg-laying animals appeared long before chickens. Strictly speaking, the egg is much older than the chicken. But the more precise formulation of chicken or chicken egg puts an endless loop of cause and effect before us. So, if a chicken hatched from an egg, where did the egg come from? Probably from another chicken, which also came from an egg. So which came first? On one side of the field is a team chicken. According to scientists, OV17 protein is required for the chicken eggs to form, and it is only found in the ovaries of chickens. Without it, the shell of chicken eggs cannot be formed. That means, without a chicken, there will be no egg. But here comes the definition quandary. What is a chicken egg anyway? Is it an egg that was laid by a chicken? Or just an egg that contains a chicken? It is clear that the chicken with OV17 protein had to come from somewhere. But if an elephant laid an egg from which a lion hatched, would it be an elephant's egg, or a lion's egg? This brings us to the opposing team's version. The egg team. During reproduction, two organisms share their genetic code in the form of DNA, but the replication of this DNA is never 100% accurate and often produces minor changes for the new organisms. Over thousands of generations, these small mutations in DNA create new species of animals. But these mutations occur in the zygote, the initial cell. And the egg is one single huge cell. So, a creature very similar to a chicken, let's call it a proto-chicken, mated with a proto-rooster, and because of a small mutation, the first chicken appeared, of course, from an egg. So there was an egg first. Of course the chicken team will say that the first chicken just grew in a proto-chicken egg. However, no species on Earth was born from a single mutation. Although we love to classify animals into groups, orders and species, this reflects the current state of things, and not how it was millions of years ago. The process of evolution is so gradual that no particular proto-chicken family was the initiator of a new species. Here's an example for you. Dogs have come from wolves. When people began to interact with and domesticate wolves, there wasn't a single point where a wolf suddenly gave birth to a dog. Instead, artificial selection was gradually taking place, meaning we collected wolves that were not afraid of people and were less aggressive, and after hundreds of generations, huge differences in genetics and behavior became noticeable. So where does this leave us? We're left with two options. Some ancient egg-laying birds gradually turned into a proto-chicken, laying proto-eggs. In one of the eggs, there was a mutation that gave the domesticated chickens a certain advantage. This was the first chicken that started laying chicken eggs. In this case, the chicken came first. Or we have a proto-chicken that gave birth to a regular chicken. Which means that the egg we're talking about is a chicken egg. Then the egg came first. And now we are back to the question of definition. What is a chicken egg? The question, I must say, is meaningless. In the end, everyone will agree. Whether it was a chicken egg, or a proto-chicken egg. The first 100% true chicken hatched from an egg. The egg came first.